Hello people, I am Jaby KOAY, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
Hello.
We're looking at 99 songs. Official trailer, Rahman, Ehan, Bhat, Edilsy, Lisa Ray, Manisha, Koirala. So this is from Geo Studios. It says in the description here, a musical love story is set to steal everyone's heart, directed by Vishwesh Krishnamurthy. 99 Songs marks the debut of Oscar-winning composer Rahman as a writer and producer and introduces Ehan, Bhat and Edilsy Vargas. The movie follows the journey of a young man named Jay whose life centers around his two great loves, music and his girlfriend Sophie.
Okay.
Geo Studios presents in association with Wine Movies, co-produced by Dayal Entertainment, 99 Songs.
Before we get into it, I just want to say a quick thank you to Sudeep for making subtitles, even though by the time we got around to watching it, they put subtitles on there. But thank you, you are awesome.
All right, here we go.
That's pretty.
मैं मानता हूँ एक गाना पूरी दुनिया बदल सकता है सर।
एक गाना दुनिया बदल सकता है। कहाँ है ये गाना? And next up we have a singer, songwriter. नाम क्या?
I swear to God, I heard Jackie Chan.
Yeah, that's what he said. He
Oh.
said Jackie Chan.
They didn't subtitle that.
Yeah. Well, it was supposed to be a slur.
Yeah.
What happened?
भरोसा कभी नहीं करना चाहिए। वो अक्सर गलतियां करवाते हैं।
Let's take a turn.
खुद से मोहब्बत कभी खत्म नहीं होती तुम आर्टिस्ट्स की।
नहीं ऐसे नहीं।
Is it just me or that dude look like a young Rithik?
He's super handsome. So pretty.
म्यूजिक इस दुनिया का एक आखिरी बचा हुआ जादू है। जादू में भरोसा करते हो?
Yes.
I apologize to everybody because of the audio thing. I like when it's music, oftentimes the music companies, the copyright claims automatically happen. There's not much I can do about it, so I just play with the volume to avoid any of those problems being introduced for us so that we can share our reaction with you guys. Anyway, that was a beautiful trailer, and what music I heard was quite beautiful and moving.
Yeah, I heard as well that there's gonna be 99 songs in the movie, which, if that is true, that is a feat, because that's a hell of a lot
As
of
long as the
songs.
songs are 10 seconds long, you can fit 1,000 songs in there too.
Oh, that's true.
I
Yeah.
mean, what constitutes as a song? I mean, so.
I mean, I thought it looked really, really beautiful, and obviously the music's super nice. It was kind of giving me Moulin Rouge vibes, and I don't mean that in the sense of like it looks like Moulin Rouge, because it doesn't, but the feeling of, these are people who are artists and who like to put on a show, and there is a sense of magic within it. It's very slight. It's like a very tenuous.
No, I get what you're
lane.
saying. No, not at all. I think that you're on point there. I mean, there's a lot of musicals like that, though, that have this sort of magical element to the whole thing that go beyond the scope of what is reality, what's real to us,
Yeah.
and just enhances it further. And I mean, Moulin Rouge is actually a great example because there's this moment in the climax of the film towards the end of the second act where I think it was a gun or a shoe or something goes flying into the air and it's like well above the city, which just would not happen, but it's just fun. It's Baz Luhrmann, you know, is just going well out of proportion for what's necessary. But it makes it magical in a way. And so likewise here, you're seeing like the wish flowers, whatever those are called, and dandelions, you know, and all these things happening and then she's like surrounded by, I forgot what it was fire or stuff.
I don't know, there were a lot of really beautiful shots in there. There was one bit where it looked like almost like they were underwater. There was that sort of effect where it went a little bit like wavy, and that was really cool. I mean, it looks super stylized. It's definitely a full-on musical feel. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, a lot of the time I know that in Indian cinema, they'll often say this is a musical, you know, but this really feels like that old Hollywood style musical, you know?
That dude, he looks like a young Hrithik Roshan.
He's a good looking guy.
Yes.
I mean, I've never seen him before. I'm assuming this is his like big film
I was quite uncertain about
debut.
your feelings about his looks, you know, for a while there. I wasn't.
Well, in case you're unsure, I just want to say for the record, I think he's very handsome. And the lady is also super, I was gonna say handsome. I guess you can say that for ladies too. She's beautiful.
Oh, I've said that a number of times.
Yeah.
I've said that's a handsome lady there.
Yeah.
But I mean that she's pretty, you know.
They certainly have a good looking cast for sure.
When it's not Moulin Rouge, it feels a little bit like Wes Anderson.
Oh.
It's very much like but Wes Anderson has had like this weird impact that's just everywhere. And what's funny enough, I mean, a lot of Wes Anderson has been informed by India, but you know,
really?
I mean, I don't know to what degree. I know that it's like at least India has personally impacted him. But
Well, he did have the Darjeeling Express,
right, and so
whatever.
I'm sure there's some sort of artistic influence there somewhere. But yeah, I mean, this strikes me as Wes Anderson. This little moment here, this the color of it and the sort of surrealness of it, but colorful. You know, and so yeah, it's a very vibrant film. It dances between this sort of monochromatic look.
Yeah.
And not totally, but it's like it's sort of less saturated at times, and then suddenly it pops and it's got this magical stuff going on.
Yeah.
I imagine that's intensely associated with the love story that's happening. It's a very intensely romantic idea, like one song can change the world. Obviously not, but it's cool. It's cool in a movie.
No way, one song can change the world.
It's cool in a movie. Like, I'll buy into it for the sake of the story. I don't believe that in real life, but I'll buy into it in a fantasy. That's perfectly fine by me.
Yeah.
Like, love at first sight, for instance. I don't believe in it. But in a movie, that sounds awesome. You know, it's just like very romantic.
I believe love at first sight could happen.
No, it can't.
Yes, it can.
It is impossible. And so you can find infatuation at first sight and then develop loving feelings for that person, but you can't have love at first sight.
Fine.
So love takes time. And
Fine.
there's no way to get around that. That's like saying someone could be born a full-grown adult. No, you can't. It's just impossible, unless it's a movie. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm totally buying into the adventure and the fantasy of this. It's really neat, and it's really cool that A.R. Rahman made 99 songs for the movie. I mean, I'm imagining.
Yeah.
I wonder how many of those are actually like written by him, and how many are, James Pattersoned by him. James Patterson, for those of you who
dare you?
James Patterson is a very famous American novelist who apparently outsources He's got ghostwriters to help him make it. That's how he puts out so many novels every year. I mean, Hans Zimmer does the same thing. He hires people out to help him craft his music. He doesn't do it all by himself.
Right.
It's a very common practice. So. But I mean, at the end of the day, A.R. Rahman has to sign off on all the songs, so that's why he gets the credit. It's very well possible he penned all of those songs. I wouldn't be mad if I found out that he has a team that's helping him, because he's got so much work. He's like John Williams. I mean, this dude's got so much work.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, it is possible, but there is certainly markers of A.R. Rahman music. They sound like really well-crafted pop songs, but they have many different layers underneath, and that's what I like about his music, is like there's so many different things going on at the same time, and it's telling the story, whether it's with music and lyrics or whether it is just with the music. You hear the whole story. He's so good at that.
The main character also reminds me of, I don't know how to say his last name, Bobby Cannavale from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay.
Again, a young version.
handsome.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I would imagine when this dude was young, he was pretty handsome himself. He just looks older now, but
Okay, fair enough.
but yeah, it reminds me of him as well.
Okay.
You know, it's just a combination of Rithik and him.
It's not a bad combo.
Fun trailer. I'm with it. I'm into it. I like the visuals.
Oh, you know what? I do appreciate that his best friend.
Can you do that again? I just burped. Never mind. We're just gonna keep that. That's just part of the video.
It's like you thought this video was over and then you had gas. I think it's also cool that his best friend that they cast, I guess he would be like a northeastern
Yeah.
Indian.
I would imagine.
I would imagine, unless he's supposed to be Southeast Asian or Chinese or whatever. But I think that's cool because we don't really see that as often, you know?
Right. I'm wondering how much of that is really part of this movie, though. I suppose it's there mostly to illustrate the character of the main character, not to be redundant, but
Okay, right.
the virtuousness of the main character more
Right.
than anything. I don't think the movie's trying to send a message about like this is what those people go through. That's not what the story's about. It's more to demonstrate that what this guy fights for, what he believes in.
Sure,
is
and
righteous.
There's
you know?
that, but I'm also just happy for representation. You know, like how it is over here when we're happy that a cast is diverse, or when Asians are portrayed just as regular people with jobs and goals and wants in life, as opposed to just being the butt of the joke. Or
Sure.
yeah. So I hope
Yeah.
that it's going to be like a positive step for representation
Yeah. I mean,
in India.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Be sure to check out ACHARA KIRK on the social media. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon so you get notified every time we drop another video. I am Jaby KOAY. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.